name is Chuck Webb, and I'm a bassist. I grew up a fan of Motown and R&B music, and of course, as many people who grew up when I did, the Jackson 5 was my favorite group. And to me, Jermaine Jackson was the guy. So, of course, he played the bass, so I had to learn how to play the bass as well. My mother bought me a bass when I was about 11 years old, thinking that I'd probably play it for a few months and put it in the closet. Many, many years later, Mom, I'm still playing. So that was my start. I went to college at University of Miami and got an opportunity to travel after that with a lot of great artists. I've been very fortunate to have a full career touring, recording, had the opportunity to play with people like Ramsey Lewis, David Sanborn, Al Di Meola, Grover Washington Jr., Bill Withers. So a variety of artists from R&B, soul, and some rock musicians as well. One day I was sitting around and just kind of reminiscing about some of my favorite band leaders, favorite tours, favorite album projects and gigs that I played on. And I was kind of wishing that, some of these people would work more, or I would get the opportunity to do some of these things again. And it kind of struck me that, well, it's not about necessarily waiting around for the phone to ring all the time, which is kind of what sidemen do, but just to take it under my own control and just decide to go ahead and do it on my own. So that was the first thing. The other thing is my wife, a while back, decided to throw me a birthday party, and she booked a venue and booked me as the featured artist for my own birthday party. So I had to put a band together for that. So in the process of putting the band together, I got some of my favorite musicians, and the band sounded so good and that party was so successful, it was actually standing room only, that I realized that I had something that could work as a long-time band project. So that birthday party was really the first impetus for me to get started on this project. And so from then on, I started getting a few more gigs and decided, well, hey, let's make a record and make it real. The title of the CD, No Smoke, No Mirrors, I got a lot of questions about, why did you call it No Smoke, No Mirrors? And I called it that because I wanted this particular project, because the band is so good, I wanted it to really reflect what the band can play. And so a lot of times you'll hear studio records and they'll sound great, but a lot of what you're hearing is not necessarily the musicianship, it's about production value. And even though we came into the recording studio to record No Smoke, No Mirrors so that we get that studio quality sound, I wanted it to be more of a live feel, so that what you hear is what the musicians are actually playing. I wanted this album to reflect me as a player to people who may not be familiar with me and still be cohesive. So it was a challenge to kind of put together a variety of music and still make it seem like it all went together. So, I chose songs from some of the composers that influenced me. So there's a song on there by Chick Corea. There's a song on there by Pat Metheny. There's a James Brown song on there. There's I chose a song by Stevie Wonder. A couple of songs I composed, especially for this band and for this project. So the process was just to make sure that the songs represented who I was as a musician and the type of music that I like to play, and hopefully that comes across as being, honest and authentic, and the people who hear the album will appreciate it.